On a mysterious, dark night, the sky was weighed down with heavy clouds, the wind howling through the enormous forest trees. This forest, far removed from the city, held ancient secrets deep within its depths. On this particular night, siblings Asser and Bilal, ages 10 and 8, were wandering through the forest in search of a new adventure. As they walked among the dense trees, Asser's attention was drawn to an old, abandoned house amidst the darkness. The house was dilapidated, with cracked walls and tree branches intertwining around it. Asser, with curiosity in his voice, said, "Bilal, look at that house. It seems abandoned for a long time. Let's go and see what's inside." Bilal, filled with fear, replied, "Asser, it looks scary, maybe we should turn back." But Asser was brave and loved adventures. He convinced Bilal to accompany him in exploring the house. With hesitant steps, they approached the old wooden door that creaked ominously with every step. The moment they entered the house, they were enveloped by the smell of dust and dampness. Darkness dominated the place, except for a faint light seeping through the broken windows. Suddenly, Asser heard a sound coming from the adjacent room, as if something was breaking. Asser, with astonishment, asked, "What was that sound?" Bilal, stepping back, responded, "Maybe we should leave now." But Asser's curiosity outweighed his fear, so he decided to go upstairs. The wooden floor creaked eerily beneath his feet. He entered a large, completely dark room. He began to feel something strange in the air, as if someone was watching him from the shadows. While wandering the room, he heard a faint whisper behind him. He turned quickly but saw nothing. Suddenly, the room's door violently burst open, and the wind swept in, causing old papers to whirl around him. With a trembling voice, Asser said, "Bilal, I think we should leave now." But before he could move, mysterious shadows appeared on the walls. They were unclear shapes slowly moving, as though watching his every step. Meanwhile, Bilal was exploring the basement alone. The corridors were narrow and dark, the walls riddled with cracks. As he wandered, he heard a faint crying sound coming from one of the rooms at the end of the hallway. With trembling steps, he approached the source of the sound and slowly opened the door. Inside, the room was nearly dark, with an old doll lying in the middle of the floor. Suddenly, the doll began to move slowly, as if it was alive. In terror, Bilal shouted, "Asser, come quickly!" Bilal tried to escape, but the door slammed shut behind him with force. The floor began to shake, and the darkness grew thicker. The doll was moving toward him ominously slow, while he felt the whole place breathing with something strange. At that moment, Asser heard Bilal scream from the basement. He hurried down the stairs but was horrified to see something dreadful in the middle of the staircase, the transparent specter of a ghost glaring at him with hatred-filled eyes. The specter slowly approached him, but Asser, in his bravery, pulled out a small flashlight he had with him and shone the light on the specter, which began to gradually fade away. Asser shouted loudly, "Bilal, I'm coming to save you." When Asser reached the room where Bilal was trapped, he found the door tightly shut. He tried to open it but couldn't. In a moment of desperation, he pushed the door with all his might and finally managed to break it. Grabbing Bilal's hand, they both ran out of the house together. As they ran through the forest, they glanced back to see the abandoned house collapsing and disappearing into the darkness, as if the earth had swallowed it whole. They stopped to catch their breath, their hearts pounding fiercely.